Look at this. Is this gorgeous? We are going to be working with flowers. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an herbal infused flower oil. And then in another video, I'm actually going to make a salve with you. But anyway, what I've got here are 5 beautiful flowers, and obviously there's so many more flowers that I could have added to this. I could have just gone crazy. I think I did with 5, but I just love them, and I can smell, they smell so good. But what I've got here is I've got chamomile. Chamomile is a very healing herb for the skin. Here I've got yarrow. Yarrow is really astringent, and believe it or not, it's really helpful for aging and mature skin or lax skin that needs some tightening. So I really love to put yarrow into oils that I'm using since I'm 60 years old for all practical purposes. And yeah, the collagen in your skin doesn't last after a certain point. Next up is calendula. Calendula is one of those plants that if you're an ingredient label reader of skincare products, you're probably going to notice yarrow or calendula, here and there. Calendula is really wonderful for softening the skin, soothing the skin, as well as tightening the skin. And it's also a skin healer. And then we've got rose. This is Rosa centifolia. And these are petals, and rose is also another one that's just so beautiful for the skin. And then we've got lavender buds. Lavender is also astringent, mildly, but it's antiseptic, it's antibacterial. It's a really nice one in this combination. So this combination of 5 herbs for the skin are wonderful in infused oils. And I'll be honest, you can actually drink this as a tea. You could make yourself a flower tea and enjoy it that way. And that's probably what I'm going to do with these when we're all done. But I went ahead and I layered these 5 flowers into this jar. And we're going to go ahead and talk about making an infused oil. So I've got rose, the lavender, the yarrow, the chamomile, and the calendula in this jar. And you can see that it's about halfway full. So I did a video a while back on comfrey, and it's a comfrey oil salve. And I used the alcohol intermediary method for that salve. That's something you could do if you wanted to with these flowers, but I'm not going to because I don't feel it's necessary. So to keep the whole process very simple, I went ahead and I'm just showing you the herbs. We've got them about halfway in the jar. And now all you do is you cover your herbs with your oil. I may not have enough oil here, but I'll show you anyway. Now, one thing you can do if you want to make this in a hurry, like let's just say you wanted to make this for Christmas presents this year or birthday presents or whatever, and you don't have the oil on hand, you can actually use something called the double boiler method. And I have an article on my website that goes deeply into all of these different methods, but you just get a double boiler set up, put your jar in the double boiler on top of a cloth so it doesn't bounce around. And then I always, if I'm working with oils, I'll get a mason jar lid and just lay it across the top. And that just further ensures that you don't get water into the jar. You do not want any water or moisture in your jar because that'll ruin your oil and you will get mold. And then you'll be very sad. I know this from experience. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is finish filling this up with some olive oil, put a lid on this, give it a good shake, and I'm going to put it in a warm place to infuse for 4 to 6 weeks. If you're doing the double boiler method, my personal preference is a long, slow, just set in warm water. I like to go about 3 or 4 days. I just put my crock pot. I actually use a crock pot for this most of the time, but I will go ahead and get the crock pot so that the water is yay high in the jar, and then I just put the jar in it, set it to warm, get that lid on top of it, and let it go for sometimes 3-4 days. Some herbalists will say, oh, it'll be ready in a couple of hours. I have not found that. Have not found that to be the case. I get a much better oil if I let it go for a day or 2 or 3. Sometimes I've even gone up to 4 days. Just some tips on some oils. Go out there if you want to make a beautiful herbal tea or an oil blend for people, and then you could actually, once this is done, you can add essential oils to it and make perfume. There's all kinds of things you can do with this. So have some fun with flowers. I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. Be sure to get your free gifts. I've got an herbal remedy guide with a cheat sheet. I've got 5 favorite herbal remedies for animals using oils too, essential oils. And I've got a how to relax using herbs guide. All of these are free. And then on my website, there's a ton of other free items too. So I really want you to learn herbalism. So don't wait. Go out there, grab some herbs, and start playing around with them. You're going to fall in love with the process, and it's my goal to get an herbalist in every family. So there you go. And I hope you have a really wonderful day. This is the day God has made, so let us go out and rejoice in it. All right, I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, and please subscribe.